Hello gremlins, welcome to a new reading vlog. And the theme of this vlog was vaguely thought up, but part of this is motivated by my wife. So Krista surprised me with coffee during lunch. Behold, the coffee. It is cold brew from my favorite local spot, Chrissy Beans. It's very, very good. I'm taking a sip of it actually. One sec. It was a very noisy sip. But she surprised me with the coffee, and I had some books set aside for a video. And because it is football season, I have been going through my TBR / library holds very, very quickly. So I do try and pay attention at least a little bit to the football that Krista is watching, so I have an idea of what's going on. And I have learned things. I'm learning and understanding things. And watching very wild football games. But because it is football season, I do read more because there are games on and I can only watch so much football before I completely zone out. So I have just been reading a lot of books. Oh my goodness. I don't know what is going on outside, but Bruni, one of our dogs, keeps barking. And I'm just like, dude, why? Why are you barking so much today? But I had like a tiny physical pile of books. So in a recent video I posted, Krista and I actually went to Barnes & Noble. This doesn't happen too often because, one, Barnes & Noble is an hour from us. Two, there are actually no local bookstores in our area at all. Not a one. There are some places that sell books, like grocery stores or like spots that have like those little local tables, and they'll sell like local authors, or they have like a kind of thrifted book table you can go through, but they're all in like weird spots and they never really have anything that I'm super interested in. So when we went to Barnes & Noble, which was part of a larger like walking around the Destiny USA Mall in Syracuse, also to find Krista a shirt that would work for her fantasy football team, we went to Barnes & Noble and I picked up 2 books. So those 2 books will appear in this video. And then I have some KU books that are like it's all queer and like fall or cozy specific, which is not entirely intentional. Like I didn't go into like finding these books to build a TBR. It just sort of happened that way. But Krista Bringing Me Coffee picked the first book. I will also say this vlog, I'm not telling you the books specifically until I get to them because I have a hold-in and I may be getting like that audiobook and another audiobook, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm kind of still vaguely flying by the seat of my pants in terms of the order of this TBR, what books I'm reading when, that kind of thing. But today is Thursday, and Thursday is a football night. So I wanted to make sure I had a book ready to go for when football is on. Also, Krista is going to be working late tonight, so I normally try and have a book prepared and picked out so that I can read while I'm hanging out with the dogs, and then I can read more of it while we're watching the game. So the first book in this like queer fall cozy romance video is going to be Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe by C.B. Leede. So I had heard about this book. I'll hold it up closer so you can see it. It has purple edges, which the edges don't really matter to me, but I think it's cute that they're purple. I had seen this on a couple different things. My library didn't have it, and I just so happened to see it at Barnes & Noble. I was like, I actually heard good things about this, and I've read a book by C.B. Leede before. So I read I Am Not Your Sidekick a very long time ago. I got it at Klexicon at like there used to be many book tables at this convention called Klexicon, where I met Krista actually. And I used to pick up a ton of books when I went because it was the easiest way to get physical queer books. And C.B. Leede happened to be at one of the books, like book tables by chance. I hadn't done any research on who would be there or anything, and I picked up that book there. I actually think it's signed. I don't remember. It's in a bookshelf in the hallway. All of my like queer books are in the hallway in this like special like thing. What is it called? Credenza? I don't know. It's a thing. It's not technically a bookshelf, but we're using it as a bookshelf. But this is just like very cute, and normally I'm not a person who reads books that have dragons in them, but the dragon is cute and I'm very curious. So I'm gonna actually read you the back of this to give you a general synopsis. I don't want to read you all of this, so maybe I will. It's a YA book, so I don't think you'll miss out on too much, but here you go. When Brenda's internet goes out, right before an important scholarship deadline, she stumbles into Kat's family coffee shop. Brenda is swept away by cool, confident Kat, who actually cares about Brenda's 19-step plan to save the world through science. Meanwhile, Kat can't stop thinking about Brenda, who is smart, passionate, and doesn't seem to care that Kat is the prophesized chosen one. What? The only problem? Kat and Brenda are from different universes. Like, need to find a portal to go on a second date different universes? As the realities collide and things spiral out of control, can a girl determined to save the world find love with a girl determined to outrun her destiny? So, I don't know, this sounded cute. It looks cute. It's about a coffee shop. Like, it seemed like a fun, cute time. And then, not to spoil anything, so I'll just show you the top part. It is told in alternating points of view, so between Brenda and Kat, but like there's like little coffee art. Like, this is so cute. It's also on some of the pages, so each chapter starts with it. I don't want to show you anything, but there you go. So I'm actually gonna read this one first because Krista brought me coffee, and when your wife brings you coffee and you have a coffee themed book, you read that one first. Yes, I took an additional sip of coffee. I'm also wearing a coffee themed shirt. I did change my shirt actually for this video. So this is Black Craft Coffee. I've never actually gotten their coffee. I have been to Black Craft in Salem, and I do really want to go back and try their coffee and walk through their haunt, even if it's not haunt season. So I was like, this is the shirt I will wear to start this video. I debated about doing purple to match the book, but this is coffee shop themed and that seemed more appropriate. But yeah, I'm just gonna read Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe. I'll update you when I can. I may have stop and start points where I can fill you in. The issue that we run into during football season, which in other videos you may notice, I have a tendency to just like read the entire time, don't think about checking in, don't think about anything at all except the book. Then I finish the book and realize I never told anyone anything about it, like midway through or anything like that, especially with YA because I read them pretty fast. So oh, there's a very loud car outside, so I'm gonna hurry up. But I'll try and fill you in before I finish this one. Maybe at the midway point. We'll try. We really will try. It's just hard when I'm like doing something and the book is like what I'm doing while something else is on, because I don't want to like make Krista mute something so I can film an update. So yeah, so first book in this vlog is Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe, and we will go from there. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee. I have to get back to work. This is right at the end of my lunch break. So yeah, I will see you probably sometime tonight to fill you in on this very cute Kat Brenda coffee shop book. So yeah, I will talk to you later, gremlins, and be ready for lots of cute queer relationship dynamics. Hello, gremlins. This is update attempt number 2. So the first time I attempted to film this guy over here, this one, his name is Bruni. He grabbed a squeak toy about 2 seconds in and proceeded to squeak it like that was his job for a solid 2 minutes? 3 minutes? He did not stop. So I could not even remember what I told you about this book. I literally could not. My brain was soup. I was like, what happened? Because I was like, are you quite done? Are you done chewing? Kira, what are you doing? Oh, you're just getting a bone. Okay. So now he's next to me, being very judgy. And yeah, anyway, I did say, you drooled on my book, man. I did say that I would give you an update. This book, so Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe, is so freaking cute. Kat and Brenda are adorable. Also, humorously, Kat's full name is Catherine Wu, but it's Catherine spelled exactly like mine, so it's very fun. So on the back of this, we learn a little bit about the two of them.
Go down.
So,
no, off me.
Oh.
Go down.
oh goodness.
Go down.
Bruni, go lay down. He's annoying Chloe. So Bruni gets very pushy and then it irritates Chloe. He acts, in the previous clip that you didn't see that I decided to refilm, he tried to get me to pet him, but I was holding the book and the camera, and so I have little scratches on my arm and they hurt. But back to the book. Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe. So I'll start with Brenda. So Brenda is set in like our reality in Los Angeles, and like the back says, when she's going to try and submit her application, she winds up in this alternate reality coffee shop, but she doesn't realize it's an alternate reality coffee shop. So she and Kat like make this date, and Kat's reality doesn't always line up with our reality. So the two of them think that they're meeting in each other's reality. Like, Brenda thinks Kat is in her world, and Kat thinks Brenda is in her world, and that's not the case. So, planning this date does not go to plan. While we're getting prepared for this date, we learn that Brenda is a super overachiever, like, constantly involved in stuff, no free time at all, ever. She is just, like, booked to the gills to ensure she gets into college and gets a scholarship. So she really doesn't have much time for fun except her like scheduled D&D night. Then Kat, in her reality, is supposed to be the chosen one because of this prophecy that has to do with like these mana surges and like this ritual. And because people have expected so much of her, she's basically started self-sabotaging because she doesn't want people to like have an opinion of her. She's like, I want you to stop thinking that I'm the chosen one. Please stop. We also do learn that her mom has died. So in the previous ritual, her mother died and a new ritual is coming up. Like, there's a lot happening. But I only mention that, even though it's not mentioned on the back of the book, because I do think that is a key like thing that is consistent outside of the alternate reality dating stuff. So it is a big thing. Like, this is not all just like cute romancy. Like, there's a plot happening. Like, big things are happening in Kat's world. Then in Brenda's world, she is still preparing and like trying to get into college and all of that. But after meeting Kat, she's like realizing maybe she should have made more time for fun. Now, the issue here is that because they're in alternate realities or alternate universes, they aren't quite sure how they're going to see each other, especially because they didn't realize that it was alternate universes. So that's been interesting to follow. Brenda's friends are very invested in this. Kat doesn't really have a lot of friends because of her self-sabotaging nature, but still very interesting because she does learn some things based on some items that wind up in her world. We also get hints that people in Kat's world maybe do know about Brenda's world, but I'm not going to tell you what those hints are. It's just like very interesting. I am really enjoying it. I will tell you, this is definitely a dragon. I was worried I misidentified it because I talk about wyverns a lot, but this is a dragon. It's a mini dragon. That's all I'm going to say. And then this is Fancy, the little cat. Her name is Fancy, and she's Brenda's friend's cat, who does actually play a part in this story. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The magic is very easy to follow. The other reality is very similar to ours, but like everyone channels like mana and it's a whole thing. But it is very fun to like read through, and I'm enjoying it a lot. I think their dynamic is very cute. It's a very fun time. I'm excited to finish it. I'm pretty close. I will probably finish it during the football game tonight. I have though also poured myself a espresso martini in my Cheers Queers mug, so I'll be drinking that during the game. And I think that's it. Bruni has finally settled down. Chloe no longer wishes to stomp on his tail. She literally put her foot on it so he'd stop moving. But yeah, so that is it for now. I wanted to at least try and give you some kind of update, but it's been very cute. It is very interesting seeing these two try to navigate being in a budding relationship in two different universes. So yeah, very fun. I will let you know my final thoughts when we get there. I will say there was a hint at something. I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but I was like, oh, and I had to flip back to like almost the beginning of the book to verify that I remembered that correctly. And I was like, oh gosh, oh yes. So I'm very curious to see how this ties up. But yeah, that is it for now, Gremlins. I will talk to you possibly tonight, maybe not till tomorrow morning, I'm not sure. But I will update you at some point when I finish Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe. Bye for now, Gremlins. Hello, Gremlins. I was really itchy, so there's eyeliner all over my face. I need to take my makeup off because it's late. Everyone is falling asleep. Bruni, Kira, and Chloe are already asleep. And Krista, I don't know why you don't want to focus on my face today. And Krista is super tired, so we're gonna go, well, to bed soon. But I finished Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe, and oh my gosh, y'all, this was so cute. And had like, there was a third act breakup very briefly, which was so sweet, and just the ending was lovely. We did get official like answers about Kat's mom, but overall the story was very sweet. Like, it ended, and they're just so cute. These two are adorable. I'm very glad I bought this. This is so cute. I actually wasn't gonna buy this one, and Krista was like, if you want it, you should just get it. And I did. Sorry, I'm coughing now. It's getting late. But this was so freaking cute. If you want like a fun alternate realities, it's, even if you're not normally like a fantasy person, because I'm not really, this is still incredibly cute. The fantasy is very easy to pick up on, and the little dragon, Ava, that's her name, is so sweet. But I highly recommend. This was so cute. This was so fun. I'm very glad that I picked this up. Now, the next book that I also told Krista she should read this because I think she would really like it. But the next book for this vlog, I've decided, mostly because I'm very intrigued and I really want to do goth makeup tomorrow, is You've Goth My Heart by L.C. Rosen. Rosen? Probably Rosen. The synopsis for this one is way longer. And I don't want to read it to you because I feel like it'd be super spoilery. So I will fill you in when I've read some of this. I'm not going to read any tonight. I'm going to start this before work tomorrow. And I'm going to take a photo with it in like black makeup and like black lipstick, black eyeliner, and gothy outfit. Because I think that would be really fun. And we have to be up super early tomorrow because Krista is very busy. So I'll have some extra time before work so I can do that photo and then I can read. So that is my plan. I'm very excited. This is an Achillean romance, which apparently means male-male romance, which I did not know that that was what you called them. I've never called them Achillean. I know that you call female sapphic sometimes, but I never heard them called Achillean. So new thing that I learned, but I'm very excited. I actually got this before release. The Barnes & Noble we went to had it out early and I hadn't seen it anywhere and I was super excited because I love a goth anything. And this cover is just so freaking cute. So yeah, so that'll be my next read in this vlog. And then over the weekend I have plans for books, but this one is next and I'm excited to do goth makeup. I love doing like gothy emo makeup. I just don't do it very often. This cover is so freaking cute. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish getting ready for bed. I have to brush my teeth, take off my makeup. I already took my nighttime medicine, asthmatics, we have that. So, well, I don't know if everyone does, I do. But yep, I am gonna get ready for bed and get the lights off. I might play something like quietly so I can fall asleep. But yeah, book was very, very good. Very much enjoyed it. And I will see you in the morning, gremlins. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Down, down, down the road, down the witch's road. Good morning, gremlins. I was doing a photo shoot, kind of. So I wanted a photo of me in full goth style with You've Goth My Heart for the thumbnail and for Instagram this morning. So it's still pretty early. Krista did have to go in early, like she has a lot going on today. So I'm in my office and I'm getting stuff set up, but I'll have some time to read. I'm not gonna read on camera though because I do need to change. I'll be on camera later for work and this is not work appropriate. So I do have to change. You did see me making coffee. I made Hocus Pocus coffee and I used my Death Before decaf cup because one, emo-ish teen Catherine would have used that mug religiously. But also I just think it's a really fun mug and I felt like it fit the theme. I wish I had like a purpley pink mug, but I have so many mugs. I was not gonna try and find one that like go out and buy one to match this. Even though this cover is fantastic. I love this like jacket. This is great. The entire outfit is great. I love all of this. So it's just like a perfect cover. But yeah, so this is my outfit. I did own all these pieces already. I've had this one for forever. This is from a Carmilla cosplay. Carmilla the web series. If you've never seen it, I would recommend just as like a fun time. You don't have to watch all the seasons, but like the first season is fun and it is inspired by the novella by Sheridan Le Fanu. So this would normally go under a vest, but I didn't want to put the vest on. So it's just this over a coverage heavy bra. Yes, this is my bra. Then this necklace I wear all the time. This choker collar thing is from a Harley Quinn Valentine's Day cosplay I did a while ago. It was this and then it came with like a heart necklace that hung down, but I didn't put on the heart necklace for this because I didn't think it quite fit like the theme I was going for. Then I put in these like fake nose piercings. I have like a whole little baggie of like fake piercings you can like do. Lip, nose, you could add them to your ears, but I don't really need any extras on my ears. Then I made sure to brush my hair over. And then this lipstick stays really well, so I'm not going to try and scrub it off. I'll probably just leave it on all day. I bought it because it got recommended on one of those like best black lipsticks for long-term wear because I needed one for my Harley cosplay when we were going to a convention and I didn't want to reapply all the time and I wanted to be able to eat, and whatever this one is I just remember I was like, food, like lipstick you can eat in. And it stays on. It's like NYX, I think, something. I don't even know if they make it anymore. I'm I'm someone who does not pay attention to when things expire, so who knows. In terms of makeup, I'm really bad at it. I just sometimes have a thing that's been sitting around and I just don't think about it. I used to wear more makeup, now I don't. Sometimes during Halloween I do like an eye look because I feel like it, but with this character stuff, Fridays and Saturdays, I'm gonna be doing whatever they tell me to do, which won't be glam makeup. So really doing a ton of makeup this year. But yeah, I do need to change. I do like this outfit though. I have on nice pleather pants. I would wear this with like my docs. I would add the vest if we were leaving my house. We're not. So just did this for the photo. And for y'all, you get to see all of this. But I do need to change. And then I'm gonna read a little because again, it is early. I just like setting my stuff up earlier rather than later if I can, just so it's all like good to go and I can like slide into starting my work day. So yeah, but I do need to change. I'm leaving the pants on, but I have rehearsal tonight anyway, so I think I have to wear a t-shirt for clothing fittings. So I'm gonna figure out what shirt I'm gonna wear. I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm just gonna grab a shirt and like switch and take off this, and I should take these off. I really am digging this one though. I would never actually get my nose pierced. Not that I have anything against it, just my nose runs periodically because of my allergies and I feel like I would like damage my nose. So yeah, but I think it looks nice. I'm a fan of these. I did a double up so maybe you could see them better in camera. So like I did the side and the septum. But yeah, I just like, I like them, but I should take them out because they're not like sturdy. Oh, and now you're not focused. There you go. They're like kind of sturdy. If you push on them, they hold a little better, but I didn't do the squeeze. So yeah, I'm gonna get changed. I haven't started You've Got My Heart. I did like watch a little bit of Bob's Burgers last night and then go to bed, but I am super excited for this. All I know is it involves a text from a wrong. I will read you the little blurb. So a little bit of it, not the whole thing. What's romance without a little risk? When Greg gets a text from a wrong number, he hopes it's not the local serial killer, or worse, his ex. On the other end of the line. At any rate, it's definitely not the obnoxious, if cute, new goth guy in town. There's also mention of a serial, like that had the serial killer thing, so I'm so intrigued. And the layout looks fun because they have the text in like their own special little things. So yeah, I am gonna read some this morning. Sorry you don't get a fun me in this outfit reading this book, but I do need to change. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll probably just like chill in my office and read. If you notice there's no chair in here, there's not. I have some pillows on the floor that I like sit on sometimes if I'm gonna read before work, or sometimes I legitimately will just like read and pace because I can. But yeah, so this is the outfit. That's the book. I'm gonna drink some coffee because I'm so tired. But I'm gonna get changed. So I will see you when I have a book update, Gremlins, and when I look a little bit different. Just a tiny bit. All right, talk to you later, Gremlins. Hello, Gremlins. This is my lunch break, but I haven't eaten anything yet because I was reading. So I wanted to do an update before I forget at this point. So yes, I did change. I told you I was going to, but I'm wearing this like fun Ghoul Vibes Only shirt, which I actually think I'm gonna wear to my rehearsal tonight. So I have haunted rehearsal tonight, which I think I mentioned in the other one, but you have to wear clothes that you can pull other clothes over, I think, tonight. I don't know if we're doing dress rehearsal or not, but I know we have to try stuff on so we can like set aside our costumes for the season. So I'm just gonna wear this, I think. If something gets on this, it's fine. I've had this shirt forever and I rarely wear it because I'm always paranoid something's gonna get on it, but I think it would fit fine under the stuff I have to wear. So I'm going with this, and I'm just wearing the pleather pants I had on earlier. And the lipstick's not coming off, so I'm just gonna wear that to the haunt too, even though I won't wear it for the thing because I don't think my character would wear that. But I have an update because I had a lot of time this morning, so I read a hunk before work, and then I like kept reading when I went to lunch. I am loving this so much. Okay, so what are we in a specific town? Is it Westchester? They've mentioned so many places and my brain can't like figure out where they are, but like they're near Sleepy Hollow. So I'm not sure they're in Sleepy Hollow. They mentioned a Sleepy Hollow statue, and I'm focusing on other things, and geography is not sticking in my brain. So near Sleepy Hollow-ish. But in this, we're following Gray, and Gray is goth. So Gray is goth, actually second generation goth, because Gray's moms are also like gothy, witchy. They are actually pagan, so we learn a bunch of stuff about like Gray and what his moms do, and they own a store that's like a supernatural store kind of. So you can get like candles, ready-made spells, you can get a reading done, that kind of stuff, which is so freaking cool. But Gray got this like wrong number text over the summer, and he has been texting with possibly this person on the cover. We don't know. I'm gonna put this down though. So he has been texting with this person, and they've got like flirty tones going on. They like texted all summer, and they don't know each other's names, and they don't know where each other lives. They're keeping it surprise until Halloween. Now, with all this going on, there is a hint at a subplot about a serial killer, but it's like 3 gay boys who knew each other, and that Gray knows one of them, and his 2 best friends do too. They've just kind of disappeared, and so they think there may be a serial killer, or possibly the police actually think they've run away, but there's like this idea that, oh, there might be a serial killer, and we don't know. We truly don't know. That has only been mentioned like a handful of times. We're mostly focused on this Halloween decorating competition that Gray and his 2 best friends, hold on, let me get you their names. Are they mentioned? They're probably not even mentioned on this. One sec. Let me get their names. Callie and Lenore. So Callie and Lenore also have like alternative style. Lenore makes her own clothing, is very into baking, and makes very like, I want to say like Christy McConnell, her sort of like spider baking or bug, like stuff that looks like other things or like looks creepy. Lenore does that and like makes her own clothes. So Lenore reminds me a bit of like Christine McConnell, also in how she like dresses, but hers is more alternative to me. When I'm picturing it. And then Callie is very into science, but is still alternative, does very cool makeup, is one of the few black people that live in town, and we learn that because she and Gray have been best friends since they were like 4 when her family moved to town, and their families kind of merged. Even though her family is Catholic and his is pagan, they have just been like very close for a very long time. So that's his friend group. But there is this new kid named Malcolm who has moved to town, and he is mentioned on the synopsis page. Right, actually, is his name not mentioned? No, it is not. Oh, I thought his name would have been mentioned. Because it is Malcolm, isn't it? Yes, is Malcolm. Totally Malcolm. Right. Definitely Malcolm. I'm not like making that up. Yeah, Malcolm. And so Malcolm is also goth, well, alternative-y, and is trying to be friends with them, but like he is also doing the Halloween decorating contest, and Gray just like does not really want him around and is getting kind of like combative with him. So like that's causing some issues because Callie does kind of want to let Malcolm into their friend group, but does know that they're competing against each other. So it's getting very like difficult. And it's just like, it's so much fun. The style mentioned in this is incredible. The vibes of this book, I don't normally use vibes, but like the tone of this book is just like perfection. Like it's making me so happy to read this, and it's so fall themed. Like it is the perfect like fall pre-Halloween, would be perfect for October, is perfect for me now because it's basically October. In my brain I'm just pretending it's like October already. I am having the best time. Following Gray is really fun. We're getting some pagan elements where he's trying to like figure out what to do about certain things. Now there is some drama for Gray outside of this like mysterious texter that he's talking to. He does have an ex who was closeted, so he is contending with that because that person is still like trying to infringe upon his life. And I just like, I'm loving it so much. Like this morning I did not want to put it down, but I had work, so I had to. And then I was like, once I have lunch, I'm gonna read more. And I did. But I do need to eat, so I couldn't read for like my whole lunch break. But I'm loving it. I know I am busy later because I have haunt practice. So yeah, I really want to finish this today though. We shall see. If I can, I will. But also I do have a lot of stuff I have to do tonight. So I don't know, we shall see. I just really want to keep reading this. So yes, but I'm gonna go. I need to eat food. So loving the book so far, really enjoying it. Wish I could just like read all day. That would be wonderful. Also, I love that this is happening. I don't know if you can tell, but the art is like perfect because it's done the thing where like you can see pink in the lipstick. It's like really great art style. But anyway, I have to go. So I will talk to you later, Gremlins. Definitely when I finish this, and I will fill you in on how haunt practice goes. So I probably won't update you until after that, so it'll be pretty late. I don't know. I am gonna have to take this makeup off at some point, but just after that. So yeah, but I'm gonna go. I desperately need food. So talk to you later, gremlins, when I finish the book, when I've done haunt things. Yeah, but I need to go. Hello, gremlins. I have to talk very, very fast because I literally finished You've Got My Heart by the skin of my teeth. I need to leave to get to my dress rehearsal. So I really wanted to update you because I'm afraid I'm going to lose my voice because they told me I'm going to have to scream a lot as my character. So I'm just trying to like do this very quickly. This book, so great. So many things. There's so much romance in this. There's so much Halloween in this. There's like a big Halloween event. There's the Halloween contest. There's kind of a will they, won't they with our romantic couple because we start to learn things about the texter and Gray and who the texter might be. And it just like, it was so sweet ultimately, like so much Halloween, so sweet. It is set in Sleepy Hollow. They mentioned Westchester and it's apparently like the area, I guess. My geography skills right now are not good, but it is set in Sleepy Hollow. But like, it is so fun. It is so themed to the season of Halloween and like fall. And it was just so cute and good. The plot that involves the serial killer ties up in such an interesting way that I was like, oh yeah, okay. It was so like, it just occurred. I can't even tell you because it'll ruin it. But this was just so sweet. There's romance between Gray and the mysterious texter. There is romance between some other characters that we get introduced to. And it was just overall like a very sweet story in the end. And it also discussed like hope and trying to understand your future and like being ready for the future. Now I will say there is a scene in here that as an adult reading this was a little awkward where mysterious texter and Gray are texting and it turns into sexting. And I was like, oh no. It is very brief. They are very efficient. There are no images in any way. They just say something and it's not even very detailed because this is a book for the youth. I will say I feel like male romances that I have read seem to typically have a more like kind of scene like that, whereas I feel like female romances or female non-binary or non-binary like where folks are femme presenting, I feel like those scenes are more subdued, though it was so short. I just feel like I should mention it because I was like, oh, I was not expecting that, and it was quick. But there are some moments, and I don't know if it's just like there's a difference in culture or a difference in perceived culture between femme presenting folks and male presenting folks when they're being written. But I just feel like I've noticed that it happens more in like a male book where there's a scene where I'm like, oh, and female, it's more like chaste, like kissing. Like, for example, Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe, kissing occurs. There's some light, like, hugging, but like nothing too intense there. Just pointing that out. I just feel like maybe there's a difference. Maybe it's just me thinking there's a difference, or I just haven't run into a situation where they're different. But just as someone who is not a teen, I was like, whoa boy. But yes, so this was very, very good. I would love to see like a sequel, like Everyone in College or the next year, because they're juniors in this. So I would really love to see them doing this like again senior year. I don't think that'll happen, but it would be very cute. So I did really, really enjoy this. I'm trying to talk so fast. I would like to check out more from this author. I would be very interested to know, especially because there's a camp one and I'm very curious. But I definitely need to go. I need to grab bottled water. I need to grab my stuff. I need to get out the door. But I wanted to tell you while I was still thinking about it. I will talk to you about other books later, probably tomorrow. We have a very busy tomorrow. We have some stuff going on in the morning and we have a thing in the evening. So like our Saturday is jam-packed full of stuff, and some stuff is like we're not quite sure what time it's happening and we have to be very flexible with the morning stuff, so we shall see. But I have to go. I have to get out the door. Krista's driving me to my dress rehearsal. I also need to figure out how long the dress rehearsal is, so I have to remember to ask when I get there so I can tell her when to pick me up. But I need to go. Water, Catherine. Grab water. Grab cough drops. This is just for me to remember, but I need to go. I will talk to you later, gremlins. I highly recommend You've Got My Heart. It was really, really good, and I love this cover so much. This is such a fun cover. I love it so much. Anyway, I must go. Talk to you probably tomorrow, gremlins, maybe tonight if I have a voice and I want to tell you how rehearsal went. If not, I'll tell you about it tomorrow morning. Okay, bye for now. Hello, gremlins. I am home from the haunt and I have a voice. So they divided us into house and trail, and the house couldn't really do run-throughs. Like, no one could really do a run-through because there weren't people to like go through your respective haunted location. So I met the doctor, I met Dolly. Those are characters that are like returning. I met some other people who are in it who are like unnamed characters, kind of. Not everyone was there tonight. They also gave us at the very end of the night a brief rundown of like what's in the house, kind of, because there are some things besides people, like they're doing some animatronic stuff. They set that up. I am in the doctor's room, and I am going to be either on a bed or a wheelchair, depending, because they're like, well, one person was in a bathtub, one was on the floor, but there's a bed now, and I'm using the bed. I am not a young spry thing. I can't like go floor to up or from a tub to up, so I'm not doing that. They said that's fine. So really I'm just gonna scream. We are gonna go to Spirit Halloween so I can look at some like makeup stuff, like prosthetic-y makeup, just like wound makeup or something along those lines, so I can see if I want to do anything, because I don't really want to share wound makeup with someone, but they will have fake blood on site that I can use, so I don't know if I'll buy any of that for myself. I mean, I could, but I don't really want to show up covered in blood. But yeah, so it was fun. I think it'll be a good time. We have an actual dress rehearsal on Saturday of next week, so that's when we like have the trail people come through and we try and scare them, so we'll actually get to practice. Krista is not feeling well. She definitely got food poisoning while I was at my haunt practice from sushi. I though am eating Taco Bell. So my update for you was it went well. I think it'll be really fun. I got fitted for my outfit. And then I'm just gonna, this weekend, I think it would be easy just to like look at stuff for myself so I don't have to try and share with anybody, because I don't know what's available prosthetic wise. It sounded like not much, just like fake blood is around. But here you go. I'll show you my Taco Bell, and then I think we're going to watch just some stuff. This is Kira, who's very excited because she wants my Taco Bell. But I got the Crunchwrap box, so in here is a Crunchwrap, and then I already ate my tacos. I was really hungry, and Krista was watching a video. I'm coming over there. Your mom didn't feel well, so I didn't know if you wanted to be on camera.
I always want to be on camera.
I knew. Well, I was showing Kira by kind of accident. But yes, Kira really wants my Taco Bell. And Bruni was begging, but he has stopped. Also, yes, there are clothes everywhere. There just will always be clothes everywhere until we figure out a better storage system. Room. It's a very small room, and we've had an issue with the storage stuff. You can see one of the drawers isn't even in for months. Possibly a year at this point, where like the cubes are breaking, and then we like can't put stuff in them, so we take the stuff out to try and fix it, and you can't put the stuff back in, and there's only so much we can do. But this is my Taco Bell. This is my drink. It's in a very cute cup. It's not focusing on the cup, but you can kind of see it. But yeah, we're gonna watch some stuff, and I'm gonna finish eating my food because I'm really hungry. But I think the haunt will be really fun. I'm gonna post like a tiny like photo mini video that I took to Instagram at some point, but I'm gonna see if I can bring you for the dress rehearsal night and just show you around a little bit before we like actually get started. But yeah, all right, gonna eat my food. Good night, gremlins. See you in the morning. Hello, gremlins. It is Saturday afternoon. We just got back from running quick errands, but today has been bizarre. The errands were getting some like blood makeup-y stuff for my scare actor nights. They're gonna have some stuff, but like I got some attachment-y stuff, and I thought it would be helpful if I had my own kind of on hand. So we ran to Spirit, and then we ran to Pet Supply Plus and got some dog food that was on sale, and Krista had some coupons for free dog food stuff, so we wanted to get those while they had them in stock. But yeah, so poor Krista over here has had to call so many people today because I don't know that I actually told you about this, but we got a new oven because it was on like mega sale for Labor Day, and like we scheduled the delivery. It was supposed to come Wednesday. That was the thing that I was helping Krista with, and during my lunch in a previous video, I like went down during my lunch break. We moved a bunch of stuff around. We were all ready for the delivery, and then they called us within the last 10 minutes of the delivery window to say we're not coming. There's been an emergency, your installer can't come. And we're like, okay, but also like you were supposed to be here a while ago, but fine. And they're like, we'll come Saturday, and we have to be somewhere tonight. So Krista was like, we can't, like, you can come in the morning, but like we have to be, like, everyone has to be out by 4 at the absolute latest. And that was before the the dinner we have to go to tonight got moved. So like it got moved, so we have slightly more time to deal with this. We didn't move it, it was moved for whatever reason, we don't know. So it's a little later, but they never called us yesterday, I guess, because Krista didn't get a call to say when they would be here. And so this morning we slept until like 9:30-ish. It was a little before that. And she called Lowe's because we don't have a number for the delivery company. They never gave us like their contact info because it depends like who is handling it. So they just said like, oh, they'll call you and then get it set up. When we didn't hear, Krista called this morning. They looked, they're like, it shows from what we can tell they're supposed to deliver between 8 and 12, but we don't know why they haven't contacted you. And we're like, they called 2 different numbers. Like the woman at Lowe's was trying very hard to get a hold of someone. No luck at all. She said, from everything I can see, it should be from between 8 and noon. Just like keep an eye out for them. They should be there before noon. If not, like, let us know. So it was like 11:30, I think, around then, 11:30, 11:45. No one had shown up yet. So Krista called again. They got her a manager who was like, I'll try and get a hold of someone. I don't know. He was like, your machine is, like, the oven is still here. Like, no one has picked up your oven. Like, they can't install it if it's not picked up. Like, we don't know what's going on. I, on a whim, called a random number that had called Krista the night before the previous install and got a hold of someone who gave us someone's phone number, and then that didn't really go anywhere. And then while we were at Spirit, they called Krista. Someone called Krista.
Because I called Lowe's.
Oh, right. Because she called Lowe's, and Lowe's was like, the manager said he would try and find the callback number and get someone to call you from the company. So they called. Krista had to go outside because it's super loud in Spirit. And so I paid really fast right now because I was like thinking, oh, maybe they're just late and they showed up and we have to get home. So I run out and she's on the phone and she's like trying to be very nice. And she's like, no, I've called 2 different people. They both told me 8 to 12. So apparently the install people told her that Lowe's was lying and that we were always supposed to get it delivered between 3 and 6 when we specifically told the person Wednesday, because I was with Krista, like on speaker, because we were trying to figure out what to do about the missed delivery. And she was like, and on Wednesday, Krista was like, we can't have anyone come after 3. Like, because originally our dinner was at like 4. It was a lot earlier than it is. And we were like, we have to be there on time. Like, we can't, you were supposed to deliver it Wednesday. You didn't. So like, make it work. Because we can't like completely change the schedule. We're not in control of these plans. So the person Wednesday very specifically said that they would deliver in the morning. Because I remember she said, we'll get you in at 8.
Call us.
Yeah, and she was like, we'll confirm. Yeah, like it was a whole thing. And so this person's like, no, we've always had you at 3 to 6. And Krista was like, because at that point, Krista had been on the phone for at least 10 minutes. And I kept hearing her like reiterate the same thing, like, no, I called Lowe's. Lowe's verified. Lowe's has been trying to get in touch with you because I didn't have a phone number for you. And finally, Krista was like, I know for a fact 2 different people who work at Lowe's who can see your install schedule saw 8 to 12. I didn't make that up. I didn't, like, I'm not lying to you. Like, you obviously changed the install time from 3 to 6 once you missed the window, because now it's after 12. Because it was like 12:30. And she was like, and the woman was like arguing with Krista about this. And Krista was like, I know for a fact that it was scheduled for this morning because Lowe's sees their schedule because they have to provide it to Lowe's. So like we were in that window on the calendar. And so Lowe's was like, we don't know why they're not there. Like, we have no idea why they keep doing this to you. So it's like, the problem is Lowe's can't enforce the delivery because the delivery is done by a third party. It's a delivery and install company that they contract out to. So like they get paid by Lowe's via us. And like, it's not even supposed to be that expensive because like our gas line is already there. There's already an oven there. They're just supposed to take out the old oven, put the new oven in. That's it. And like take the oven away. But like this was all discussed. So like Krista is telling, and she's like, we told them we couldn't do anything after 3 o'clock. And she was like, things have moved a little. So like he could come at 3 and we could stay till 4. But if he's not here at 3, we can't stay. Like we told the person on Wednesday, Saturday was a bad day for this delivery, but if that was the only day that would work, we could make it work up to a point. And so then the person wanted her to push it to Wednesday again. She's like, oh, we can come Wednesday. And Krista was like, I already literally had to change my whole work schedule to accommodate you coming on Wednesday and you didn't show. And then you didn't even call me until the delivery window was closed to tell me you weren't gonna show. So like, it's just been a mess. And like, we do need a new oven. Krista hates our oven. The actual oven itself does not keep temp. So it'll preheat and then the temperature just slowly drops. And you have to continuously reheat the oven, which is not good.
Shooting out gas, it's just not.
Yeah, and it's just not heating. And one of the burners hasn't worked since we moved in. So it's a 4-burner, but it's really only ever been a 3-burner because I cannot get one of the burners to ignite no matter what I do. Like, I have cleaned it, I have moved it, I have done so many things, and it doesn't work. So like, the oven is not a good oven, and Krista hates the oven, and we've talked about replacing it for 2 years because she did not want this oven anymore. And so we finally were like, oh, they're having it was a really good deal. Like, the oven was very drastically marked down for Labor Day, and there was some kind of extra sale, so like, very cheap, the new oven. But like, it's just been a mess, like, trying to get it delivered and installed, because it's just a whole thing. So the whole day has been very weird because we've had to like be on the phone. Like, I've been on the phone, Krista's been on the phone, she's been on more than me, but I was like getting numbers. So yeah, it's been a weird day, and we still have a dinner to go to tonight, and I have to get birthday presents for it out of our like present hoard, so I have to climb into where all that stuff is. So I'm gonna go, but I want to give you an update that we've been busy. I haven't read anything today. We've just been like waiting for a delivery in a very like waiting for Godot kind of way, and then we ran some errands, and now we're waiting again, and if they don't show today, I don't even know what's gonna happen. Krista may punch someone. Theoretically, she won't actually punch anyone, but it's just been a huge mess. But yeah, but I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you later, gremlins. Possibly tonight. If we have an oven, I'll show it to you at some point. But I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you later. Also, I'm wearing this very cute coffee weather sweatshirt that you can't really read. There you go. Ta-da! Alright, I'll talk to you later, gremlins. Hello, gremlins. It is football time, technically. It is that we're in the half of the Dallas Giants game? Yes? Okay. They just went to halftime, and so I thought I would update you. We've had food. We got the Bills Mafia box at McDonald's. So we had that for lunch, and I am a little over halfway through Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist by Allie K. Mulford and K.L. Morrison. So this is set, I'm gonna actually pull up the map, in the very cute town of Maple Hollow. If it'll focus. Oh, it did, look at that. So this is set in Maple Hollow, which is like Stars Hollow meets Halloween Town. And it's a cozy sapphic paranormal romance. So in this, we're following Jordan and Harlow. Jordan got a little bit drunk and summoned her ex-girlfriend, Lou. And now Lou's spirit is hanging around. And based on how Jordan summoned her, Lou was like, I'm gonna be here until you move on. Like, get with someone else. So here we are. And that's driving Jordan absolutely up a wall. So she tries to get her friend Iris, so Jordan and Iris are both witches because in Maple Hollow, real paranormal entities exist. So they're like witches with magic powers. They run an apothecary together. The apothecary is like owned by their coven, and like witches rotate in and out for who runs it. And right now Iris and Jordan do. So they're trying to figure out ways to like banish / send Lou back to the other world. And that's not really working. So the focus now is Jordan like getting involved with someone else. So she's like, there's not really anyone around here, like, this is going to go horribly wrong. Until she meets Harlow. Harlow is a human, and she is Willow. I'm gonna try and stop coughing, but my allergies are being super weird. She runs, where is it on my cute little map? Hold on. It is Witch's Brew coffee shop. So it's just Witch's Brew. But her sister Willow runs that, and after a bunch of failed attempts at different businesses, jobs, Harlow is coming to stay with her. So Harlow will be working at the coffee shop, and she and Jordan meet, and immediately they're like, there's an actual like electric charge between them, and the two of them have like really hit it off. They've gone on one date, and they have a second date planned where I am in the book so far, but Harlow is now also going to be helping Jordan solve Lou's death. because everyone is a bit confused as to how Lou died, because the car smelled like alcohol, but Lou has been sober for a very long time, and they genuinely have no idea how she died. And it was said to be a car accident, but like nothing is really lining up. So we also have like a death/murder investigation going on. Like, this is so fun. The characters are great, the setting is great. It really is like Halloween Town set in Stars Hollow. So I'm just having a wonderful time. And like, people come here, it's like a tourist destination, but they don't think any of the paranormal beings are real. So these people just think it's like a whole like bit, like the town like does it up for Halloween. So it's very fun. I'm over halfway through. I'll probably finish this one for sure today, and then I'll be starting the second one. And since this is called Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist, I've been drinking this pumpkin spice cider. Yeah, so I'll fill you in on my thoughts when I am done with this one. I'm really enjoying it, and then I'll probably start the next one in the series. Only 2 of them are out, even though it's a trilogy. The third one actually doesn't come out till next year, so I'll have to wait. I already know who that one's about though. That one is about Harlow's sister and Wyatt, who is a werewolf baker. So that will be cute, but it's not until next year. But I'm gonna finish this one, give my thoughts, and then I will let you know what the second one in the series is. So talk to you later, Gremlins. Hello, Gremlins. Same place, but I have an update. I have finished Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist. And oh my gosh, this gets so intense. There is like a Dear Reader section, like an author's note sort of thing, where they do tell you there will be some spice throughout the book, and it gets very spicy. There's also a very wild scene involving the solution to what happened to Lou. That was absolutely wild. Like, I was like, what is happening? This book also sort of has 2 epilogues. So we do get a 3rd act breakup, because this is a romance novel, and a lot of romance novels have those. So we get that, and it does make complete sense. Like, there's a very clear reason why it occurs. Then, very intense scene. That's the ice cream truck.
Yep. I told you, it's summer weather.
Yeah. It's so noisy, the ice cream truck. It's right by our house. But they like have all of that going on. Yes, I got distracted. I'm still distracted because it's near our house. But there's like the 3rd act breakup, super intense scene. Then there's one epilogue set a year later, and then another epilogue sent 10 months later. And you can probably guess why. Both are very, very cute. But I'm wondering what that means for the second book, because I haven't started yet or looked at the synopsis. My hair's doing a weird thing. But I'm very curious to see what that means. Oh, my camera's about to die. So let me, before it dies, show you the next book. The next book that I will be reading, please don't die on me, give me 2 seconds, is oh please hold on, little camera, you can do it, come on, why is this being so difficult? The one time I need this to function quickly is Curses and Cold Brews, which definitely focuses on Iris, the other witch. So I'll fill you in on this when my battery is charged, but I really, really love the first one. I'm very excited to read this one today too. So I'll talk to you later, Gremlins, when my camera's not about to die. Bye for now. Hello, Gremlins. I am back, and I did not check in with you at all, but I finished Curses and Cold Brew, which was so freaking good. Okay, so in this one we're following Iris, who is the redhead, and Ramona, who is the woman in the suit on the front. Iris is a witch. She was in the previous book, and Ramona was also mentioned in the previous book. She's a demon that they made a deal with for some info. This was just like so good. This is way steamier than the first one, like so steamy, much steam, a lot of pining, a lot of like touch her and die, and also like I'm going to do things with you immediately. But it's very, very cool. The plot itself focuses on Ramona's souls are being stolen. So Ramona makes deals, she's a demon, she keeps going to collect souls, and the souls are gone. Someone has broken her sigil and the soul is missing. So Iris is like bored. It is tourist season, but she's just kind of tired of doing the same old, same old. This book is also set a year after Jordan and Harlow started dating, but before the first epilogue in book 1. So we're like right before a certain thing occurs, and then that event does occur in this. But it was just so interesting because it's a mystery again. There's a big attack scene. Like, it is so fun watching these two, and just like the steam coming off the two of them. Incredible. The football game is back, so I really need to unmute it for Krista. But this was just so freaking good, and I feel like I can't really say anything because it's the second book and I don't want to spoil anything. But Ramona and Iris, incredible. Just the two of them, absolutely incredible. There's so much cold brew in this, and they are incredible. and just like truly very hot and steamy, and I did not guess anything. There's also a Twilight joke in this, a big Twilight joke actually, so that was fun. But this one was so good. Like, the town was all very involved. We got to see more members of this spooky little town, and I just love it. And I'm definitely reading the next one because I am very sure it follows Wyatt, who is the werewolf who's appeared in the last 3, and Willow. But I need to go so Krista can watch the game. But it was incredible. I loved it. That'll be the last book update for today. I have one more book left unless a hold comes in from the library, but I will talk to you about that one tomorrow because it's an audiobook. So I'm going to play it possibly during work. It may have to get pushed off if work is too busy. So we shall see. But I knew I was going to cough. I will talk to you later, Gremlins. I highly recommend this series. It's so good. Okay, bye for now. Good morning, Gremlins. It is early, but I have already done a bunch of things. So, oh my goodness. Last night, while we were watching the last football game of the night, we were gonna have Oreos and just like dessert stuff. And so like I heated up milk. Krista likes warm milk with her Oreos. Put it in a mug. She had it on the bed on a little like tray, and it accidentally got completely flipped over and like covered her blanket. We were able to like clean it up off the bed, so it didn't like soak all the way through the sheets, but like we couldn't get the sheets off because the dogs were in the room and it's way too hard to like maneuver them to get the sheets. So we like cleaned it up enough. Like, I put her blanket in the wash. She was like, I mopped up what I could. I think it'll be fine for, because it was on her side of the bed. So she like set up blankets on top of like where it's filled and like slept on a blanket. So it was less wet. And then this morning I like had to take laundry out of our dryer. I basically had to do a bunch of laundry so I could put the sheets on the bed, and the cats were so mad at me. Like, I went to go take the sheets and Salem and Bane were like, what are you doing? Why? They literally sat on the sheets while I was pulling them up. And I was like, you have to move. I need to wash these. So I did finally get them off the bed. I got the sheets in the washer. I have her blanket in the dryer. So like, we're gonna remake the bed tonight because it needed to be done. Thankfully, it didn't get all the way down to the mattress topper. So it was really mostly just on the like top sheet, because we had the flat sheet and the fitted sheet like on top of each other but not separated, so it thankfully at least didn't get all the way down through the sheets, so I don't have to like yank the mattress topper off and clean it, thank God, because that thing is heavy and really hard for me to maneuver by myself. So I could at least do the sheets, and that was great. So it was fine. It was just like everything spilled. Like, it was just, everything was everywhere. So it's all cleaned up. It's fine. We're doing laundry. But like, that was last night. And then game finished. Krista was still kind of awake and wanted to watch a movie, but I was super tired. So we watched an episode of Bob's Burgers, like a Halloween one. Heartbreak Hotel-Oween is the one we watched. And then I fell asleep. So we went to bed. And then, yeah. So I've already told you my morning, kind of. So because I finished those 2 books, the Curses in Cold Brew and Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist, before the last game of the night, I actually started another book, which I wasn't planning on doing, but I did. So I'm currently reading Not Just Gal Pals by Elizabeth Lully. This follows Jenny, who's here, and Blake, who is here. And this is a sapphic small town romantic comedy is the setup. So, oh gosh, what town is this in? Sapphire Springs. So this is set in Sapphire Springs. It's apparently a series. So in Sapphire Springs, like, it's where Jenny grew up, and Blake grew up there too, but Blake has moved back to set up a medical practice. So Blake is the town doctor. She works with her dad. He's retired, but he's kind of her receptionist. And then Jenny has been living in LA as an influencer. Now, I feel like I'm gonna cough. There you go, it's tiny. So Jenny has been living in LA to be an influencer, and it all kind of like fell into her lap being an influencer. She has a little dog named Walter, and just kind of worked out that now she and Walter are kind of like social media darlings. She, though, has been canceled. We haven't learned out why she got canceled, but her publicist was kind of like, or her manager was like, why don't you like lay low in Sapphire Springs, take some cute like fall photos, you can still post those, like your channel needs to be active, but then that'll help people like forget what happened. I am hoping we find out what happened soon, because they just haven't said. So Jenny is back in Sapphire Springs, and it is her best friend's wedding. And it turns out that Blake was helping with the wedding already, was supposed to be planning the bachelorette party, but with the practice, Blake has been super busy, and like kind of planned it, but hasn't fully. So Blake and Jenny kind of have to work together on The Bachelorette. And then now they're kind of going to be working together on the wedding because the wedding planner isn't going to be able to. So the issue here is that Jenny thinks Blake hates her. And Blake has had a huge crush on Jenny since she was 14. So, like, since Blake was 14, she has had a crush on Jenny. Like, they went to school together. They've known each other a very long time. Everyone in this has kind of grown up together or gone to school. It's really like grown up together, gone to school together, lived in Sapphire Springs for their formative years. And then they, like, Blake and Jenny never stayed in contact because Blake always seems to be very gruff unintentionally when she speaks with Jenny because she's so stressed about, like, saying something wrong or, like, doing the wrong thing because she has this massive crush. And what we're seeing is Blake still has this huge crush and is still very awkward, and Jenny can't figure out, like, what is going on. So Jenny is like, it's so weird. Like, sometimes Blake is really nice and then sometimes Blake is horrible. And, like, I don't even like Blake because she thinks Blake doesn't like her, so she doesn't like Blake. And it's a very, like, they think the other doesn't like them. So it's definitely a budding romance. There was a cute moment at, like, an apple orchard with Blake and her niece and nephew with Jenny. And it's just been very cute. I'm about a third of the way through, I think. I was just casually reading it during the last game because it was getting late and I was tired. So I am going to finish this today, I think, because there's another football game tonight. It's like Monday there's a game, and then Tuesday there's an, Wednesday there's an, and there's another one Thursday. So I think I'm going to finish this tonight / today, maybe during lunch. I don't know. Oh, I will finish it during lunch. Sorry. Like, I plan on finishing this today. I also am not getting to the audiobook yet. So the audiobook that I have, I was like, oh, I'll listen to it. I just realized I have a bajillion videos from this weekend that got posted on YouTube that I haven't watched. So I'm gonna get through those because I really want to watch them. Well, listen to them. I mean, I have work. So they'll be on, so I can experience them even though I'm working. But yeah, so I'll have those on as, like, background, but I want to actually go through those. So the audiobook is probably gonna wait until tomorrow. A cat just did something very loud that scared the crap out of me. My goodness. Don't know. I have no idea. They just, like, ran and did the nail Scrabble thing. I don't know what happened. But I will get to the audiobook, but I think I'm gonna get to it tomorrow when I'm feeling more caught up on YouTube stuff, and I'll be able to finish Not Just Gal Pals. Yeah, that's it. Right. I called it the right thing, didn't I? Right. I keep feeling like I called the wrong thing. Oh, and now there's a loud car. Yeah, Not Just Gal Pals. We're gonna go though, because that's super loud. So yeah, I will update you when I'm farther into Not Just Gal Pals. So, oh, are they driving away? Great. I am still almost done with this clip. So yeah, I'll update you when I can on Not Just Gal Pals. And then tomorrow for sure will be the audiobook. Now, fingers crossed, I get a second audiobook. Okay, so I have a hold in for the audiobook of, oh god, is it blah? I will pull it up because now I can't even remember the title. It's really long and I keep flubbing the name, even though I've seen the cover like a billion times. Let's see. Come on. Great. All right. For The Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends, but I don't know that I'm getting it anytime soon. I'm the first one on the list, but it's in Overdrive, which is like Libby. And the issue is that it's like the whole library system where I am, not just like my local. Sometimes it takes a while for something to go from like hold to available just because there are so many people. So we shall see. I'm hoping I get it, but if I don't get it during this vlog, that's fine. So Not Just Gal Pals will be I knew I was gonna cough. My allergies / asthma are being so weird today. It's the weather. It's been cold then hot, and so it's a fun time. But oh, just opening things. But yeah, Not Just Gal Pals is the one I'll be updating you on when I get a chance. And then tomorrow when I am like, because I'll be caught up on like YouTube stuff, and I think the day shouldn't be too wild tomorrow. And I should be able to play an audiobook while I'm working. I can do the audiobook that I have, which is A Hexcellent Chance to Fall in Love, I believe is the title. I'll actually fill you in when I get to it because I'm not going to pull it up right now. But yeah, so that's the plan. But I will update you on Not Just Gal Pals when I can, and I'll talk to you later, gremlins. Hello, gremlins. it is the end of my workday, and I don't have a reading update for you. I've been far too busy, but I oddly have book mail. Right here, like, a thing was delivered to my house. I blacked all the pertinent details out. But the weird thing about this is, one, didn't order any books. This is from a publisher. I need you to understand that I am not on any active publisher lists that I'm ever aware of. So, oh, the dogs are barking at seemingly anything. I'm just gonna talk over Bruni, because it's Bruni and I think there's a dog outside that he's barking at. I am so sure. But ages ago, it's probably been like almost 10 years at this point, probably less than 10, but it's been a while. No, it has to be less than 10. It's probably a good 6 years at least. I used to do like book reviews and like show reviews and stuff like that for a website called The Nerdy Girl Express. Now I believe the website is still active because there was one person who like really wanted to continue writing. And we basically were like, go ahead, it's gonna kind of turn into a blog because no one is going to pay to keep the .wordpress.com out of it because the rest of us got too busy. We just couldn't handle doing that on top of our daily lives. I was moving and getting married and then starting a brand new job, and I was like, I can't. I was like, I'm too busy. Like, I can't do this. Someone else also had a lot going on, and just like people could not commit to it anymore. So we just stopped. Now, I have been contacted by this publisher before. This is Penguin Random House. I know I'm on a list. They have emailed me a handful of times, and I'll be like, hi, yes, thank you for reaching out. I don't write for them anymore. Like, I am listed still, but I'm not active. I have not posted. If you look at the website, I have not posted anything on there in years. So, like, you can tell it's an inactive website typically. And I have emailed and told them, like, I'm not. You can take me off the list if you feel so inclined. And I have received 2 random things. And what's funny is I always receive them in the fall, and I don't know why. I don't know if I'm listed as, like, fall content or this woman may review spooky stuff. I have no idea, but it always says my name and then The Nerdy Girl Express, even though I have told them, like, I don't write for them anymore. I have a YouTube channel now. Like, I can post you there or on my Instagram, but like, I'm not an influencer. Like, I'm not a journalist. Like, I don't know how much this will help you, but they sent me something. I don't know. Last year I received this, which I'm using as a writing journal. They sent me the Wednesday official Nightshade Society journal, and I love it. I appreciate it greatly. I shouted it out on Instagram. I showed it in a video. They also sent me a comic, like a collected graphic novel, or I guess it was just always a graphic novel. There was like horror stories and folklore, which was really cool. I still have it. It's over here, but I'm not gonna move it, but I shared that in a video too. I read it for a video. So I have no idea what this is. It feels big. So I'm thinking journal or art book, but let's see. Let's open this together. This mysterious thing that Penguin Random House sent me. And obviously what is it? Is it, oh, that's so funny. That's hilarious. So it's the sequel to the graphic novel they sent me last year. And again, they don't contact me. These are unsolicited. Like, I'm not asking for these. They just show up at my house. And again, this is only the second time or I guess the third time in now 2 years that this has happened. And I, again, have informed them. I don't write for the website. I don't know, like, I just don't know things. So I'll pull out the other one, I guess, because it's over here. So this is Mr. Ballin Presents Where Nightmares Live, the graphic stories. He wrote them, and then Andrea Muti, I'm assuming, did the art. I think that's how you say her name. I genuinely, his real name is John B. Allen, and that's all I can tell you, because that's what he's listed as in the back. I don't watch, I even mentioned this the last time I talked about this. I don't listen to his podcast. I don't watch his YouTube. I never even investigated them. I considered it, and then I just didn't. Again, I'll pull out the other one so you can see that I'm not making up the fact that I have this. So they sent this to me last year. I'm very sure it was last year, right? This came out last year. Ugh, I only read it once. Let's see, 10-speed graphics. Come on, where's my publication page? Now, are we not showing it to me? Hey, no, doesn't exist. Is it in the back? I just want date of publication. So weird to me that I can't find it. Jerry Mooney, the person who did the art. There's him. No, what? Nope, this is not. It doesn't list any publication stuff. It just says 10-speed graphics, the press, himself, the first story. The back doesn't even list. That is so bizarre. But yeah, this is the first one, which they sent me. Again, unprompted. I did not ask for it. And then I did email. I found the email because there's always, it's not in here. I threw that one away a long time ago. But I emailed the person who sent it and I was like, hey, I don't know if this was sent in error. Please feel free not to include. Like, I'll read it if you want. But like, this is like, I didn't ask for it, so I'm not required to review it. So like, they sent me that last year and I was not expecting, as I have not heard from them in any capacity, the sequel. And now I have to like, I may read this, even though it was sent to me unrequested. Possibly. I have another contact sheet in here, so I may contact them and ask, because again, I didn't ask them to send this to me. I have informed them I only do like videos now and like post on Instagram, and like the art is cool. I do like the artist, and like the stories were cool in the last one, but I just like don't know. I don't know if this will be in a video. I'm gonna email them and just like, hi, just to let them know like it's not getting a book review. And I don't even do Goodreads because I don't rate my books. So I don't do Goodreads because I don't give star ratings, so I just don't. Sorry, this clip is so long because I did not expect a sequel to a book they sent me. Like, I was not expecting this in any way. So I'm gonna research this, I think, just like figure out any details about, I remember I did this last time because I don't actually know anything about the author beyond like he exists and has a podcast and a YouTube channel. So I'm probably gonna do what I did last time and just like double check some stuff for my own benefit and reach out to them and be like, hey, I'm just showing it to you. I don't know if it's good or bad. I will say I liked the other one. I did look the author up and there were, at the time last year, no concerns. Like I didn't have any concerns with the author, and I didn't see any concerning behavior, but again, that was last year. And also like, I don't interact with his content, so I don't know what to say because I did not expect that as a book. Had no idea. Again, as someone who does not partake in his content, had no idea that he had new stuff. So there you go. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's so weird. I'll fill you in if I hear anything back or not. We shall see. It's so strange to me that they would send it to me. I'm so confused. I mean, including you in the confusion, because I'm like, why did you send me this? So yeah, I'm gonna go. I do have things to do. We have to go to the store and I need to drop some books off at the library. Also, it's very hot. We got like summer weather today and I hate it. But I'm gonna go. I included you in this. If this clip stays in, who knows? I may take it out, which then you wouldn't even know that it was there. But yeah, I will talk to you later, Gremlins, when I have an update. Apparently the football game is very, very late tonight, so I'll be up very late reading. So yeah, talk to you later, Gremlins. Hello, Gremlins. We did all of our errand running and we're home. And we're at kind of a goofy angle in the office. You can just see Stripe's ear. Because I found books that I was really, really hoping one of them that my library would get. And I'll explain in a sec. So I dropped off some stuff to return. Then I went to the new release shelves, both upstairs and downstairs. So upstairs is YA. And so I just like popped up there, found a book that I had planned to check out, but I couldn't get it, or there was like an issue getting the hold. But I got that. And then there were 3 books on the adult new release shelf, one of which I did not expect to see, but was like really holding out hope that it was there. So this is the books in no particular order. So the first is The Library at Helvor, which I had heard interesting things about. randomly, like someone mentioned it in some video and they had it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get this. It's pretty short. And I was just like very intrigued. I'm not gonna get into details, but I am excited for this, and all 4 of these will be in the next video. So the video after this one will focus on these 4 books. Oh, I just hit my, oh, I'm gonna be blue now. Oh, this is my own fault. I accidentally hit my computer mouse. Can we just deal with me being blue tinged? I look like Violet. I did not mean to hit my mouse. Ooh, this is horrible. Horrible, horrible lighting. If I go like this, this is bad. Still blue. Okay, we'll try like this, kind of. I'm only sort of blue now. Oh, I really didn't mean to hit my mouse. The next one, this is the YA one. It's The Black Girl Survives in this one. I really wanted to read this. And I put a hold on it, but it was having issues. And I think because it was still marked as new release. So it just wasn't letting me place a hold. Then I'm gonna jump and I'll show you the one I was talking about at the very end. Then the next one is Girl in the Creek, which sounded so cool. And I just like happened to see it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is on the new release shelf. So I'm also gonna read this one. And the final book. I had a hold request for this one and I'm still 3rd in line, or I was this morning, but Rachel Harrison, play nice. So the goofy thing about holds for my library are, my physical library, you cannot place a hold on a book that's on the new release wall. Like, you can't do it digitally. You just have to hope that it's on the shelf, or I think you could call and ask them to pull it for you. But I have had a hold in it, like on it, for a week, I think a week. And I was like, maybe just maybe someone has returned it and it's on the shelf now, because their copy wasn't even in, they hadn't even logged it. And so I was like, oh, or maybe like they got it this week, like maybe it was delayed a week, and they had it and I was so excited. So this will be the first book in the next vlog because I'm super excited. Also, I did check, I did some research, some internet sleuthing, and I do think at some point I'll read that Mr. Ballin book. I can't find anything that makes, like, gives me the ick. So I will probably read it. It might show up in a video, maybe one of the Halloween-a-thon videos. I'll just toss it in as like an unplanned, or I'll read it when I'm reading some other goofy stuff. I don't know. I did email them though and tell them, like, I'm not guaranteeing a review. Like, I didn't ask for this. So yeah, so it should be fine. It might be in something. My hair is wild. I really need to take a shower tonight. But I am going to get changed and make dinner. And then, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to show you dinner. We're making chili cheese dogs. So that's what I'm making for dinner. But I don't think I'm going to film it because I'm kind of tired. And I'm going to shower like right after. So yeah, that's what we're having for dinner. And we picked up supplies for it. And then tomorrow I'm making soup. I might show you the soup because I need to make it for Krista because she's getting a tooth thing done. And she won't be able to like chew tomorrow. So I'm making the soup she really likes that is completely liquid. Like it's not chunky or anything. So yeah, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna chill for the rest of the night. I will be reading, I think, Not Just Gal Pals tonight during the football game, and I'll probably fill you in on how far I am tomorrow morning. And then hopefully I can start Excellent Chance to Fall in Love. I think that's the name of the other book. But yeah, my other holds are not in, so I'm banking on them not being in this video at this point. I still keep turning blue. But yeah, so that is it for today. I will talk to you tomorrow morning over coffee, gremlins. Bye for now. Good morning, gremlins. My kitchen is so loud this morning because this water machine over here, I'm not gonna show it to you, is making so much noise, and it does this. So we bought this thing ages ago because we were actually told like drinking our city water is not great for you. So we had to buy like a water filter thing, and now it's gonna be extra loud because I'm making coffee. But like it will short out and like turn itself off, and then when you plug it, because you have to plug it back in because it doesn't have a power button, when you plug it back in, it sounds like an airplane taking off. And it's so loud. But I needed to use it, so I had to turn it back on, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be so loud. And now I'm making coffee. So I am wearing a Haunted Mansion shirt. I'm also wearing very cute shorts. I wouldn't normally show them to you, but they're little skeletons with coffee cups. So for my matching mug of the day, I'm using this Welcome Foolish Mortals Haunted Mansion mug. I like this side more than the other side because the other side is just the logo. It is fun. I'll turn it around. I can do that while I'm making the coffee. I'm sorry it's so noisy. Alright, there is the front. I don't know, I just like how the back looks. So I am making coffee. It's gonna take a sec. I thought while everything was noisy, yep, I'm gonna make more. Ta-da! I'm gonna turn you again. That I would fill you in on my book. Oh, I'm gonna have to push a button on that. Did not think that through. come with me briefly. We're walking back this way. Walking. Doop. Anyway, so I did in fact finish Nacho's Gal Pals. I'll actually pull up the cover. I feel like there's stuff everywhere because we still, like, you can walk through the room, but we have a bunch of stuff behind me still that we need to go through. But today is not that day. So Nacho's Gal Pals, I did finish it. We got The Wedding, which had an emergency that had to be solved. I'll leave it up for a little. It's a cute cover. But the wedding did occur. They're both in the wedding, and then they had to solve a like horrible tragedy with the cake. So there was the drama of that. Then we got like a little Halloween party, which was cute. We also got Thanksgiving and a bunch of other like festive dates within that period. And then there's a fundraiser that happens. And it was very fun. There are a lot of like, I feel like references to rom-coms or like things from romantic movies. Like there's a very Darcy vibe for Blake, and then it just feels like they're trying to pull a bit of like Pride and Prejudice. The main character, well, Jenny and Blake's best friend who's getting married, Jane Austen is her favorite author, so that makes sense. But there's a lot of like, will they be together, won't they be together, because Jenny's supposed to leave. Blake doesn't know if she wants to be in a big relationship after 3 failed relationships that really hurt her. And then Jenny's like, I don't know if I still want to be an influencer. So there's a lot of them figuring out what they want and how to tell each other. And it was just very like sweet. A lot of it was very sweet. There's a lot of steam in this too. There were a lot of sex scenes I was not anticipating. But yeah, very steamy, very sweet. The town is very cute and cozy. I would want to read more about the bookstore owner, or coffee/bookstore owner, cafe/bookstore owner, George. Oh my gosh, sorry. Binks was crawling around my feet and he's been biting my toes all morning every time he sees me. So I was like, are you gonna bite me? You're gonna bite me. And now he's gonna jump up on the counter, I can tell. But I would love to see George's book. There are more already that exist in this like universe. The next one, it says you can read as a standalone, so I'm guessing none of the characters are in it from this one. I didn't really double check because it was like summary. They were like canoeing in like swimsuity clothes. But I did enjoy this one, so I would be interested to see the other books that the author writes in the series, so I'd be interested. I am now on to, yep, please don't knock over the coffee. He's on the counter now. There's so much stuff up here right now because I actually am making soup. So the reason I'm in my kitchen at all, besides the fact that I need coffee, is Krista is getting dental work done and I need to make this soup for her so she can eat it because it doesn't involve a lot of chewing. So I need to make this. I've shown this before, so I'm not going to get into it. It's a variation on a Star Wars recipe and a crockpot recipe. You use shredded hash browns, vegetable broth, spicy guacamole salsa. That's what I use. You can just use regular like green salsa. I use this one. And we had chopped onions from the Conies, so you just kind of eyeball it. That's what I do. Put it in a crock pot, then you kind of let it sit all day on low. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to show you this because it's just me eyeballing stuff and like throwing it into a crock pot. Oh, and like a little salt and pepper. And I'm going to drink my coffee. But then we'll be starting A Hexcellent Chance to Fall in Love, which I will fill you in on when I'm possibly, am I going to wind up taking a break from this audiobook? Possibly not, because my day's weird. Because of Krista's dental work, I'm taking my lunch at a weird time because she won't be home. And we have like a work meeting later in the day. This is before work, in case you were curious. I'm trying to knock this out before work starts. But maybe, I think I am actually gonna read you the synopsis of this. One sec, just because I think I'm gonna forget. It's so loud in here. Alright, title details. Here we go. In this slightly spooky paranormal romance, will 2 women finally break their curse and get the happily ever after they fought for? Each year, when no one is paying attention, the Dead of Night Halloween store appears in a new location with its giant sign and great low prices. No one sees them setting up or tearing down. One day it's just there, and then 2 days after Halloween, it's gone. Pepper White knows exactly how this works. For 5 years, ever since the last keeper of the store tricked her, she's been cursed, appearing when the store does and disappearing when it goes away. People will remember the Dead of Night, but they'll completely forget Pepper. That is, until Christina Loring walks in the door. Their chemistry is instantaneous, and for the first time in 5 years, Pepper finds herself wishing for more. But how do you tell the girl you're falling for that you're cursed, and that you only have 10 weeks together before Christmas? Christina, Christmas? I'm so tired. weeks together before Christina forgets everything. To have a chance at happily ever after, Pepper has to do the one thing she swore she wouldn't do, find the right treat to trick someone else into taking on the curse. But all's fair in love and spells, and this spooky season, Pepper and Christina are ready to stir up trouble in the name of love. So, yes. Ooh, and it's dual perspective, because it says it's narrated by 2 people. But Excellent Chance to Fall in Love is by Anne Rose, and narrated by Sarah Beth Goer and Imani Jade Powers. I would show you the cover, but it's gonna blow out the screen, so I'll show it to you when I actually get to start it. So I'm gonna get to making the soup and drink my coffee. I am so tired. We stayed up really late watching the football game, so I'm so tired, and I'm about to cough. So I will talk to you later, Gremlins, when I have updates on A Excellent Chance to Fall in Love.
Audio presents A Excellent Chance to Fall in Love.
Hello, Gremlins. It is my lunch break, and I have finished A Excellent Chance to Fall in Love. So it is later than I normally take lunch since Krista's at the dentist, so I was like, oh, I'll just wait until I finish it to take it. It was surprising, actually. So I did read you the synopsis. So we're in Clover Creek, and every year since making this unintentional deal, Pepper and the Dead of Night Halloween store have been appearing in the same area. They're on a different street typically, or they're not always in the exact same place, but Dead of Night keeps appearing in Clover Creek. And it has, at least for the last 3 years, because I think that's how long the deal's been going on. Maybe it's 5. The deal has been going on for a while, and Pepper keeps appearing in Clover Creek. She previously was a teacher at Clover Creek, so the store is kind of connected to like where she's been. So she's been at Clover Creek previously, and the issue is that every time she comes back with the store, no one will remember her, which I did mention in the synopsis, and beyond that, but the issue is she remembers everything. So Pepper always remembers her own life and every Halloween, and what's odd is she kind of disappears outside of that window of time where she's at the store. So the store kind of disappears, she disappears, like she just doesn't exist. So she's back for, I think, another couple of years. She has arrived in Clover Creek at least one other time, based on how she's describing it, and then she's just running this costume store. We then meet Christina, who is currently the theater teacher at Clover Creek High School, and on top of being the theater teacher, you have to run this big haunted event fundraiser. It's a huge deal. It's a haunted house. It makes like all of the money for like all the clubs at the school, so it's a huge deal. And the thing is that Christina has never actually been in teaching before. She's working on getting her like credentials so she can continue to do it, but she just has never done this. She was in architecture and she hated her job, and she wound up taking this job. Now, the issue is that her family doesn't seem to have been super supportive of some of her choices, and she has a really contentious relationship with her older sister, though she does get along with her younger sister. So we learn all of that, and there's just a lot going on in this. I will say it's a slow burn. Of course, there's a lot of truck. There's a slow burn aspect to this. It is much less steamy than the other 3 fall themed. Wow, really? Oh, it's a school bus. Why is there a school bus? It doesn't even make sense. But there is more of a slow burn. The other 3 I read, there's a lot more spice in them. This one, there are some scenes or hints at scenes or some like cute adult moments, but far less steamy. I did enjoy both of the characters, and the alternating perspectives were good. This is a thing that I run into with alternating perspectives, where the other narrator has to be like speak the other character, and sometimes it's fine. I normally adjust to it, but in this one, Pepper's voice for Christina, when it was that narrator, was a lot different. And Christina's voice for Pepper was also a lot different than like the other narrator. So you had to adjust to it as you were reading. Oh my gosh, now a garbage truck. My goodness, why? It is the afternoon, everyone. I'm so sorry for all the distractions, but like my window is open to try and keep my office cool because it's hot. But for some reason, everyone has decided to be super noisy right now. So the 2 of them meet, start a relationship. And on top of this, Emily, who is Christina's younger sister, is getting married. And we learn a lot of stuff about how she like wants to be there for her family but doesn't feel like her family supports her, and Pepper really wants to spend time with her, so they do go to some events together, which is very sweet. We get a lot of Christina doesn't like Halloween and Pepper loves Halloween, so we're also getting that like Pepper trying to get Christina to love Halloween more, and we do get more into the lore of the store, and there start to be some hints that maybe everything is not as it seems. And there is, I'm not going to call it a twist because that's not exactly it. There is a reveal in this that did take me by surprise, and they do kind of lead into it, but I was still like, oh wait, what? And that will get you, and you really have to pay attention to the chapter headings at that point because they do a couple jumps, and you have to pay attention. But it was easy to do once they like said a certain thing, and I was like, wait, and I was like very keyed in. It is a fun, very sweet time. Humorously, the author does reference their other book. I think the something Love Life of Amanda Dean, that got mentioned as a book that Christina picked up. But I did enjoy it overall. There were a lot of fall feels, a lot of fall food, horror movies, cuddling in like cozy weather. They do watch a horror movie. They're also constantly working on the haunted house. So it's a perfect fall read, especially near Halloween. So I did really enjoy it. It was not as spicy as the other ones I read, which is totally fine. I do also appreciate a slow burny kind of I don't want to say there's no spice, but it's a lot of like behind closed door spice or hints at things that have occurred but we didn't see. So off page. It would be off page. It's goofy to say that when it's an audiobook, but off page. So I did really enjoy it. I thought it was fun. I would highly recommend this one. So I would say I really recommend all the ones I read in this. I enjoyed all of them. If you're looking for super cozy fall with like a supernatural tone, I would very definitely recommend the Pumpkin Spice Poltergeist and Curses and Cold Brews. I really, really liked those, and I'm super excited for the third one. Again, it doesn't come out till next year, but I really, really liked those first two. Then I did enjoy the Not Just Gal Pals. That was fun. It does veer more into like November, so I think you could read this like anytime in the fall, and it is very steamy, but it didn't have the supernatural stuff, and I knew that going into it, but I was kind of hoping to get like more supernaturally spooky stuff at that point. Excellent Chance to Fall in Love is very sweet, very cozy. I feel like if you liked Not Just Gal Pals, you would like that one. And it does, I would say more contemporary. If you really like contemporary romance, you would still really enjoy, you would enjoy that one. It is more kind of contemporary romance with like a surprise reveal of this like magic stuff. Like it's in there throughout, but it doesn't feel as supernatural, even though there is this like curse going on. You've Got My Heart was very fun. I really enjoyed that, even though there is a moment where I felt old. But I really, really enjoyed that one. The setting is great. That one's perfect for Halloween. It is the only Achillean, now that I know that that's a thing, book that I read in this. Oh, A Excellent Chance to Fall in Love was also Buy for Buy, which doesn't always happen in books, but I thought I would mention it because I wrote it down. I was like, oh, that's fun. And then, so You've Got My Heart was I really enjoyed that one. It was all very like gothy and witchy and Halloweeny. And then the first one I read, A Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe, I think if you liked that one, you would also like A Excellent Chance to Fall in Love. The magic in that also is key to the plot, but it does still feel very contemporary. So if you're not normally into fantasy, I think you would enjoy it. I'm not a big fantasy reader, and I still enjoyed it. So I did like all of them. So that's always a fun time. The dogs are barking, so I'm gonna go check on them. But that is the end of the video. You've already seen the TBR for the next one because I got it at the library. So that'll be next up once I get this video edited and all prepped and stuff. But yeah, that is it. If you've read any of these or have suggestions similar to books that I read in here, I would love to hear them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, please subscribe. I was trying to avoid coughing. There we go. Oh, not gonna happen. You can also find me on Instagram at CliffGoEverAfter. And I do need to go check on the dogs. So I will see you in the next one, Gremlins.